Hi, and welcome to Dixon Team OC. I want to first of all wish you a happy new year. Welcome to 2010. As we're entering into the new year, there's a trend that's being held over from last year, and that is a very competitive market where buyers are facing stiff competition, multiple offers, having to write maybe 5, 10 offers on different properties, just trying to get an offer accepted on one of their properties. In this market, the question becomes, how as a buyer do you guarantee or do you ensure that you're getting the maximum savings possible? And so I present to you the idea that you have to think beyond just the purchase price. So I have 6 case studies today that show you how to achieve savings, how to maximize your savings, how to ensure you're getting the best deal possible when buying your home as a buyer. These are 6 properties that we sold over the course of the last 3 months of the last year, the last several months of last year, that we represented the buyers. I'm going to start with a property in Huntington Beach, 602 Geneva. It was listed at $999,999. Now the offer that we submitted was $950. It was accepted, but once we were in contract, we had an inspection done. There were problems with the property. The bank agreed to a rehab. That rehab totaled $31,168. If you go from the list price, the purchase price, to the rehab after contract, that's a total savings to this buyer of $81,167. The best part is the bank had contractors do this work, paid the contractors directly through the escrow. That's money that the buyer did not pay. They moved into a completed house at the end of escrow. Our next example is 16889 Blue Water. Again, this is a Huntington Beach condo over in Huntington Harbor. List price was $359,900. Sale price negotiated at $300,000 for a direct savings of $59,900. Similar property, 2861 Coast Circle. Here's an example of a property that had been on the market for a little while. It was overlooking the water. We expected it to go out at a high list price, but when we saw that it had been sitting for a while, we threw in a lower offer, $730,000 off a list price of $789,000. That property was accepted for a total savings of $59,900. Then we get into an area of finding savings that's a little bit different than just the contract price. 37 Oxbow Creek. Originally listed at $435,900. We sold it at $390,000. Then we had an inspection that indicated there might be mold. Now just the indication of possible mold caused us to go back and request a $10,000 reduction. The buyer and seller agreed to split the difference. We had a $5,000, it wasn't a credit, it was an actual reduction to the sales price for a total savings of $50,900. So from list price of $435,000, the $390,000 contract price, $5,000 off for mold, total savings of $50,900. Now this is one of my favorites in terms of how to be creative. 23972 Sutton. List price $400,000. This property had multiple offers. There are multiple people competing to get this property. We wrote $425,000 off $400,000. We got accepted at $425,000. The first thing that happened is the appraisal came in at $400,000. We immediately went back to the seller and negotiated the purchase price. If we have an appraisal at $400,000, then I'm going to make sure every buyer after that knows that there's an appraisal at $400,000, so you might as well work with us. So they agreed to a $25,000 reduction off the appraisal straight off the bat. Then we went in and negotiated closing costs to $12,000. That's 3% back off closing costs for the buyer. So the buyer didn't pay any of their closing costs. And the best part, we had a physical inspection that indicated some major repairs that needed to be done. Total price for the repairs $6,359, issued as a credit through escrow. Total savings $43,359 to the buyer. Last example, 753 Northeast Street. List price $214,000. Sale price $195,000. Rehab and repairs. After the inspection, there were some things that needed to be fixed in escrow. We got the contractors to go out and give bids, negotiated a price with the seller. Got the work done in escrow for a total of $18,550, $37,000 total savings to the buyer. Now, with these 6 examples alone, we calculated $332,000, $776 in direct savings. Now, here's the cool part. For you buyers, that's $98,000 that was negotiated after the contracts were completely signed. So just because you have a contract doesn't mean the party's over. As your realtor, we're going to continue to look for ways to save you money. And I was looking at this trying to see, is there a magic formula, something buyers should be looking for? And the truth of the matter is, every deal's different, every property's different. It comes down to experience and perseverance. As an agent, we know what to look for. We never stop asking. We're not scared to hear no. And if you ask the question, only a couple things can happen. The seller's going to say no. Okay, as a buyer, you have choices. Accept that no, or ask again. Or maybe we need to cancel one of these properties and go find a like property to get the deal you want. We're not afraid to do that. Places you can look for to keep it kind of out of the box and free thinking. Sure, negotiate the contract price. Everybody knows that. Negotiate closing costs. Negotiate credits to escrow. Negotiate depending on repairs. You might have some HUD repairs that come up. There might be other repairs such as termite or non-HUD required. Appraisal is a huge area. Maybe we can negotiate an interest rate buy down from the seller that will benefit you for the life of your loan. Overall, these are different ways to save you money as a buyer. If you want any specifics on any of these exact properties or other properties where we save buyers money, just contact us at info@DixonTeamOC.com. I'll be happy to send you the MLS sheets or any other information you want. Thanks for watching. This is Ken with Dixon Team OC.